How's it going, guys? It's the Solid Woodworker. Tonight we're going to do something a little different, but the same. We're going to continue working on another Christmas bell, but we're going to use different types of wood. I went and picked up a piece of poplar, which is relatively a soft wood, but it's still very nice and pretty when it's done right. And a piece of oak, white oak, which is a hardwood. So, you gotta ask yourself, how are we going to make the bell out of pieces of wood like this? Let me show you. Before we get started, let's review all the products and tools we're going to need for our project. First of all, we need our wood supplies, which is oak, poplar, a good tape measure, a good speed square and a pencil, some good quality wood glue, clamps, and finally we're going to need a miter box. For this particular exercise, what I want to do is measure out 5 inches on the piece of poplar, or in this case the oak. And then what I'll do is take my speed square and line it up with the mark and make sure it's even all on both ends. And then I'll draw my mark down for a solid line, so I can have my cut ready. Make sure it's dark and deep. Then you put it in your miter box. Make sure the line is lined up at the center straight box, and make sure it's square and flat against the edge. And then you just cut. Alright, let's talk about something that a lot of people make the mistake of doing. They want to make an identical piece this size. A lot of people will put it on here and make sure it's all even on the edge and all that fun stuff, and then mark your line. That would be incorrect, because if you did this, it's going to make this second piece maybe anywhere from a 32nd to a 16th of an inch too long. And the goal is to have each piece exactly, in this case, 5 inches. So what do? It's the same thing from the first cut. Measure out 5 inches. Measure it out and recut. Just a little cheat here. If you're trying to hold the wood down and cut at the same time, sometimes the wood can jump. A little cheating way of doing it, use clamps on each end, so therefore you have your hands free to help control the saw and hold the board down a little easier. That's simple. Okay, we got our wood cut, so let's start making one big block. What you can do is add wood glue, a good amount. Don't be afraid to get little, cheat with it. It's okay to use a little old brush, if you have an old brush, to spread it around a little bit. Because hey, they're disposable. You can go store buy more, and then just add a piece of wood. While you're building them, be sure to try to stack them up straight and even. When that's done, just add more glue. Repeat the same process. And so on. And now we're going to repeat the same process with the oak piece of wood. Put some glue on her. Smear it all around like you're toasting butter on bread. I probably just said that completely wrong, but Oh well. Alright. Put that on there. Line it up. Give it a little bit of a crush, but not that much. One thing to remember, guys, is when you're gluing it together and you put it to a clamp, don't ever clamp the life out of it, because if you do that, you're going to squeeze the glue out of it and it's going to create a weaker bond. More glue, the better. And same thing, it's like making a sandwich. That's there, and that's there. Be right back. Alright, now is the part that it's going to take all night besides the glue to cure. Putting the clamps on a piece of wood. Alright, just carefully take it up. Lower your clamp softly on it now. Don't be crazy with it. And slightly apply the pressure, keeping in mind the edge. They're not quite, universal, but that's nothing to be worried about. We can fix that tomorrow. Alright, that one is done. We'll get the other one done. Well, the oak decided it doesn't want to go on a clamp, so we'll just let it dry as is. It'll still be strong, while the poplar is going to be fine. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to let it dry overnight, and tomorrow morning we'll get started. Good night.